Hey guys, Tony here from VTT. Today we are going to do an installation video for our dual catch can for the 2025 Plus Ram 1500s with the Hurricane engine. It mounts right here. It's pretty simple. You need about 6 tools. You need a 13 mil socket, a 12, a 10. You need an M3 hex. You need a 13 open end, and you also need an 1 inch and an 1/8 either large open end, or you could use a crescent wrench, which will be for these. So the first things we're going to do is pull the engine cover and prepare. This is a quick sneak peek of our 1 inch one-way check valve breather, which provides a ton of extra crankcase pressure relief. This thing has a 1 inch check valve in it, as you could hear, and what this does is under boost it will vent your crankcase pressure. The ball moves with less than half a pound, and then under all other conditions such as idle and vacuum cruise, it will suck the ball closed and preserve your crankcase vacuum, which is important for a modern turbocharged engine. So we'll start by taking this off. Oh, we also have Billet oil caps that are also coming if you don't want a breather. So just something to bling up your bay a little bit. So all right, so to get this thing off, there's one 13 mil in the back. It's a pain to get to. I'm gonna climb up here and pop that out real quick. All right, got that. Get this out of there, okay. Once you get that nut off, simply pop off your engine cover. And now you have access to the top of the motor. What you're gonna be replacing is this low side PCV hose here. What this does is it uses crankcase, or it uses manifold vacuum to pull your oil vapors from the stock PCV system, and this is what clears that. The problem is most stock PCV systems are not up to the task of clearing all the oil out of the vapors, so you end up with oil going into your intake, then right onto your valves. And since this is direct injected, that is how you end up with carbon on your valves. And then on the CCV side or the high side, you have this hose to the valve cover, and it goes to your intake here behind the throttle body, and then in your turbo inlet. These provide vacuum under boost. So this provides vacuum under idle and cruise. This provides vacuum under boost. So you have two separate systems. Our can addresses both. So first thing you're gonna want to do is remove the low side hose. They're just quick disconnects. You just push on the tabs and it pops right off. You want to save this for later. If you ever go back to stock, you can just pop that back on there. Now for the high side, this one's a little harder to get to, but still not bad. All right, they're super simple. They're just quick disconnects. You have a sensor here on top. Pop that off. All right, so then you have that hose off, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to reorientate this hose so it fits. With our system, you don't have to change anything. Everything will be quick disconnect fittings. It snaps right into place. So I'm gonna set this here for now. Now the can installs right here, okay? It's a 10 mil nut. I already loosened it. So you're gonna remove this nut. And then you're gonna have an M6 stud there. All right, so then you take your rod, which is threaded M6, you screw it right down onto there, like so. This holds your fuse box lid closed. Let's take the top nut off. And you take your 13, stuck in the magnet. Take your 13 open end, and you just Tighten this down. Make sure it's nice and tight because you don't want that to move around. So now you got your rod. Then you take your cans. I already went ahead and pre-installed onto the bracket, and I loosely put the quick connect banjos on. So then this is gonna slide in here like this. 1 second. So you're just gonna pull this up slightly, and this will slip right under it like so. Now that's on there. You got your 12 mil nut. So then you want to take your 12 mil socket, and got my 1/4 inch ratchet here, and you are going to tighten this to hold your can in place. It kind of takes 2 hands because it's a slotted hole and you don't want it to slide. So hold on. Nice and tight. You can see how that tucks in there really nicely. All of the banjos are numbered according to the hoses. So now we will start to install. We have a guide here. So it says you want to install number 2 first. So we take hose number 2. Let's find hose number 2. There's 3. There's 2. Okay. They're all marked. Okay. So hose number 2 under here. So we're running this hose under the harness and under the intake there. And then this, I believe, is going to go on this one. Yeah. Okay. So 2 is in place there. And then you're going to run this underneath here, up here like this. And that is going to snap on right there, but we're not going to put that on yet. So next one, it says install number 3. Let's find hose number 3. There's hose number 3 there. Okay. So look, there's water here and there's 2 lines here. You're going to run these underneath both of them. It's a bit tight, but not too tight. It fits in there pretty good. We'll snap it in. Snap. 3 goes there, and 3 is going to run the same way that goes there. Okay, it's not snapped in yet. All right, now we're going to move on to install number 1. Goes here. And you know what? I'm actually going to take a break. We are going to readjust this line here, and I'm going to install that. So because some of the lines do cover it. So let me readjust this and I'll show you what it looks like when it is changed from factory orientation to what we need. 1 second. Okay, we're back. So we reorientated the stock hose. It's going to look like this now. There's the sensor now. This one is pointed directly behind it. This one is at a bit of an angle, and then this hose is going to be like this. These all twist easily in place here. So you could reorientate that. Then this is going to drop down here and it's just going to snap right back in like that and like that. And now you have, let's pop this wiring harness back in place, and now you have it right here, which your 45 male will snap right onto, and that one's going to snake around and come here. Okay, I kind of got ahead of myself before putting these hoses on, simply because you want to do this line first because it could kind of get in the way. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to run this hose, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We have 3 hoses routed. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to route 4. This one is pretty simple. So where we reorientated the factory line, we're gonna snap this male 45 in there. Okay. All right, so you'll see we got that from there around the fuse box, just like that. Okay, so there's all 4. And this is the straight. There you go. Okay, so they're all hooked up. They're all routed properly. And at this point, you are basically done. You just need to tighten up your banjo bolts with the 1 1/8. Let me grab it. It's a big ass wrench. There it is. And they don't need to be super tight, just so they won't leak. I'm just gonna put a bit on them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Done. Okay. So at this point, your can is fully installed and it's right there, nice and secure, all tucked in. We'll get a back view. Here's our truck. You can see, tucks nicely under your shroud there. Okay. And now, all you need to do to complete it is put your cover back on. We'll do that real quick. Take your nut, find the threads. All right, got it. $13 mil. Still can't see. There it is. Cover is back on. I am going to run our breather for extra crankcase venting, and voila, your catch can is installed. Probably takes about 15 minutes. I've done this a couple of times. For your first time, I'd say half an hour. The hardest part is getting the routing right, but we found that the way we run them is best. It'll come with a guide. So thank you all for watching, and enjoy having clean valves on your 2025 plus Ram 1500 Hurricane.